wonder how many statues are in Shandu. Let's make a pop quiz out of it.
Won't be much of a quiz if no one knows the right answer.
Oh, then why don't I quiz you about the statues themselves?
Like, Jude, name this famous figure.
No good?
Sure, why not? Let's go check them out. Excuse me? Did you drop something, ma'am?
Or are you up to no good?
Oh, of course not. I was just researching the man behind this statue, Master Hemming. I'm a historian, at least when I'm not teaching. The name's Karla, Karla Outway.
Jude Mathis.
Tipo, 2 E's, 1 P, get it right!
And what's your name?
Elise. Nice to meet you.
Oh, you know, some of the children I teach are right around your age. And how old are you?
12.
12, huh? I know. Why don't we have a little pop quiz? Think you can pass?
A quiz? Okay.
There's an arena here in Shandu where all the different tribes compete. Do you know who holds the record as the youngest champion ever?
The youngest champion ever?
Who gives a quiz before teaching a lesson? She can't answer if she doesn't... Oh, wait. Elise, look!
Master Hemming!
Correct. Good job.
Waha! I'm the quiz master!
Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm running late. I hope to see you later.
Remember that beautiful woman I saw you speaking to in Shandu?
Karla? What about her?
How odd that you never bothered to introduce me.
Do you want to meet her?
What's this? There's someone you want me to meet? Oh my. Well, I suppose it would be rude to refuse.
Sorry I wasn't able to speak with you earlier. I'm Karla Outway. It's lovely to meet you.
I'm Mila.
Rowan, a pleasure to meet you.
Karla's a historian and a teacher.
That's very admirable of you.
Not at all. And how about you? You won the tournament, right? That makes Elise one of the youngest winners ever.
Really?
Remember what I told you about Master Hemming? He won his first tournament when he was 14. And until Elise showed up, his record was never officially broken.
And what about unofficially?
An astute question. Unofficially, the youngest person to win the tournament did so at 12, the same age as Elise. He was a young boy who fought his way to the final match alone without even using a Lilium Orb.
Are you sure he wasn't a spirit?
No, of course he wasn't. His name was Auj.
Auj? Is he related to you?
My brother. This happened 20 years ago.
But why wasn't his victory officially recognized?
Our father was the chief of the Auj tribe. But we were a small tribe, and the other tribes used their influence to change things the way they saw fit. That's just how it was back then.
So you're saying his win was taken away?
Yes, it was his opponent's doing. He belonged to a tribe that was very close to the king.
20 years ago. That would place it before the dawn of Auj Oule. Before the current king took the throne, the chiefs of several large tribes ruled alongside his predecessor.
Many people were killed back then, but our current king put a stop to that.
I see.
Anyway, I have an important errand to run. See you all again soon.
Imagine having a hard-fought victory erased like that. I wonder how Karla's brother felt.
I used to be quite a martial artist myself. I defended my position as the army's second strongest fighter throughout my military career. If it were me who was robbed like that, I'd have hunted down my opponent and thrashed him again when no one was looking.
Rowan, you play pretty dirty.
So what would you do in that situation?
Me? I can't even imagine.
Did you introduce this Karla person to Rowan and Mila?
Yeah, I did.
Well, your acquaintances are my acquaintances. Hook a girl up!
Here she goes. Fine. Let's head to Shandu.
Oh, hello, Jude. Good to see you again. Hi, I'm Karla Auj.
I'm Leia Rolando.
Hey, I recognize you. I've seen you here in the city before, haven't I?
Name's Alvin. I do get around. It's possible you've seen me before. What about yourself? You must be from out of town if you're staying at the inn.
That's right. I'm from Canbalar. I haven't been home in a long time, though.
Oh, we've been there. Not the most pleasant of trips.
I'm sorry to hear that. Were you able to meet with King Gaius?
We did. He's a stern man, but clearly very dedicated to his people. In a way, he was kind of amazing.
kind of amazing, yeah, but super scary. Why can't he just be nice to people?
King Gaius didn't always used to be that way. Do you know about the Battle of Fezabel?
Well...
It was a battle fought on the Fezabel outback 20 years ago between Rashigal and Auj Oule. The battle only ended due to a giant tsunami. No one's sure why it appeared when it did. It ended up causing dramatic changes to the region's spirit climb. That's how it became Fezabel Marsh, with all its twisted marsh flows.
Oh, right. That Battle of Fezabel. Yup, it's all coming back to me.
Wow, you actually remember? I'm kind of shocked.
You don't need to be embarrassed if you don't know. It's never too late to learn.
Oh, Karla, you're so nice! You could learn a lot from her, Jude.
Uh-huh.
During that battle, Gaius led a battalion of Longdao soldiers, even though he was a member of a different tribe himself. At just 20 years old, he led his troops to victory against an entire regiment of the Rashigal army. He was also the first to sense the oncoming arrival of the giant tsunami. He advised the Longdao chief to retreat, but the chief couldn't bring himself to give the order. The tsunami ended up swallowing both armies and wiped out Gaius's entire battalion.
So that's how he became the ornery fellow we all know and love. Gotta hand it to him, though. It is true that most folk want a strong leader to guide them. And he's certainly won the trust of his people.
Gosh, Karla, you really do know all about history.
Well, at least when it comes to King Gaius.
Is there a reason for that?
There just might be. See you later, everyone.
What do you think she meant by that?
I wonder.
Plenty of heat between Karla and Gaius, huh?
You make it sound so illicit.
And poor, sweet Jude's left out in the cold.
Come on, you know that's not why I'm looking for Karla.
Bet she's waiting in Shandu.
You think I don't know that?
I'm surprised to see you here. What can I do for you today?
Karla, if you don't mind us asking, what's your relation to King Gaius?
No, I sure wasn't expecting that.
Come on! I bet it's a great story!
I appreciate your interest, but I get the sense that Jude isn't asking out of idle curiosity. Around the time of the Battle of Fezabel, I was betrothed to a man from the Longdao tribe. It was an arranged marriage, but nevertheless, we fell in love with each other at first sight. Naturally, my betrothed had to go to war with the rest of his tribe, but he never came back.
Because of the tsunami?
No.
It wasn't Gaius, was it?
My betrothed was one of the Longdao chief's aides. He wanted to make a name for himself before we got married. He must have thought that's what I wanted. So when Gaius told the Longdao chief about the incoming tsunami, my betrothed told the chief that Gaius was out of his mind, and swore that a retreat wouldn't be necessary.
And Gaius went after him for that?
The few people who survived the tsunami said that my betrothed was still alive after it had passed, and that Gaius was with him.
I can't believe it.
All I know for sure is that he never came back. They never even found his body. I don't know for sure if Gaius did something to him. When I asked the king about it, he refused to answer. After the battle, my father died from an illness, and I never saw my brother Ersten again. I've been alone ever since.
After all that, you'd be nuts not to hate the guy.
Come on, Alvin.
And I bet your hatred for King Gaius is pretty much the only thing keeping you going at this point.
You may be right about that.
I'm sorry.
Now, it's time for me to leave Shandu for a while.
Where are you going?
Somewhere in Auj Oule. See you all around.
Didn't Karla say she was from Canbalar? Maybe she went back home. Karla, what are you doing here?
Didn't I tell you? I haven't gone back home for quite some time. Hey, Jude, do you have a moment? I'm going to start teaching again soon. Maybe you could help me practice?
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Wonderful. Okay, take a seat. All right, class, let's begin our lesson. Today we're going to talk about the history of Canbalar. Last time we covered Gaius's role in the Battle of Fezabel.
Huh?
Just go with it.
Okay.
Gaius, disenchanted by the inability of the great clans to guide their troops, formed a group called Taurus. It was to be an assembly based purely on merit, unfettered by outdated clan traditions. He believed that those strong in mind and body should be the ones to lead the country. Nothing like it had ever been attempted before.
So it didn't matter what your tribe or position was, only that you were strong.
Correct. And Gaius was determined to remake Auj Oule as a country that no longer sacrificed its weakest citizens. It was after Taurus was formed that he took to calling himself Gaius.
Wait, so it's not actually his real name?
Correct. Gaius is actually an ancient word that means, he who pulls the world behind him.
So then what's his real name?
Are you sure you want to know that?
Huh? Is there some reason I shouldn't?
King Gaius hides his real name in order to keep his family out of danger. If you want to know it, you need to be prepared for the consequences.
Wait, that doesn't sound right. After all, you seem to know his real name. If it was that big of a deal, wouldn't you be in danger yourself?
I'm a special case.
Uh-huh. Let's just continue the lesson.
Very well. After Taurus was formed, King Gaius rallied its members against several of the larger tribes. 15 years ago, he vanquished the young but brilliant strategist who led the Longdao tribe and forced him to submit to his leadership.
A brilliant Longdao strategist. Wait, you don't mean...
Yes, it was none other than Wingull who would come to be known as the Ebon Wing of Longdao. With Wingull at his service, Gaius seized control of Canbalar 5 years later. That was when he declared himself to be king of all the Auj Oule United Territories. This is what would later become known as the Dawn of Auj Oule, which originally came from the tribes referring to Gaius as the Dawn King. He was only 22 years old at the time.
That's not much older than I am. I can't believe he actually united Auj Oule at that age.
Yes, it's impressive. He must be a very strong man.
But don't his friends and family miss him? Gaius may be so strong that it doesn't bother him, but surely the rest of his family misses him.
Possibly, but I'm sure they understand he has a great burden that takes precedence over everything else. Gaius belongs to the people now, not his family.
I guess.
And after all, it's thanks to him that Auj Oule is now a much nicer place to live. And with that, I must be going. Can't keep my students waiting, you know. Thanks for helping me practice.
Oh, sure. Good luck with your classes.
Thank you.